welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for coming back. For all my returning subscribers and for everyone that is new, welcome guys, and thank you so much for joining the family. My name is Tembu, and I really hope that you do stay subscribed and like this video. So we're doing another get ready with me, another chit chat. Yeah, okay, so I decided to do this because I did another video talking about like relationships, I think like last year, and for me it did well because I got a lot of feedback, positive feedback. You guys were messaging me, or those that I'm close with, saying that they really did like enjoy that video. So I decided to do another chit chat, and this time I'm going to be talking about high maintenance. Now I know that this is a very broad topic, and it's a very this topic is very sensitive to a lot of people, but I just thought, let me talk about it, and yeah, I hope you guys really do like it. Now, a disclaimer: I am no life coach, I am nobody special, so it's just honestly my opinion, my own experience, and what I think or what I feel about this topic, so you don't have to take my advice or my word for what I'm saying. You can literally just listen. Like, it's just my own opinion. We're entitled to our own opinions. If you do feel differently, that's totally okay. You can even comment it down below, engage with me, so I can know what you guys think about this whole high maintenance thing in a relationship. So yeah, without further ado, let's get ready to let me just get ready with my makeup. Actually, I'm not really going anywhere. I'm just literally like doing this because I feel like doing my makeup. But yeah, let me tie my hair actually. Also, another thing guys, obviously I'm staying at res, so you might be hearing like noises maybe in the background, like with other people that I'm staying with, so sorry about that. If you want to sponsor me and get me a place, just let me know. Let's get into this. Wait, first y'all, oh no, I cannot talk and do my eyebrows at the same time, so I'll be right back. Brows are done. Let's start. Okay, so hopefully I can, really talk and do my eye makeup as well. Sometimes I find that hard to do too, but let's see. So I'm gonna do quite a major look today because I have to post a picture for my beauty page. Going back to that. Okay, so high maintenance. What does that even mean, to be honest? I feel like I should Google it. I mean, I know what it means, like being high maintenance and stuff, but I don't know how to put it like in words, because some people, maybe you guys don't even know what high maintenance. Maybe someone out there doesn't even know what I mean when I say high maintenance. When I say high maintenance, like, okay, what it means in today's society is basically someone who's basically high to maintain. No, but in terms of like financially, they don't believe in like a 50-50 relationship, I'd say. Someone who's high maintenance believe in the other person, their partner, basically giving more financially than they do. And that usually is obviously in like females are the ones that are usually high maintenance. There are actually males who are high maintenance as well. So, but it's obviously majority that are females, because I do think that we are kind of going back to that the man needs, okay, it does stem from the fact that men have to basically be the ones to support in a family or in a relationship. They have to be the ones like to take care of the financial stuff, and yeah, so it's not really something that's like really new to us. It's just that now it's more emphasized, and I think that's only because we went back. We were basically kind of going into there needs to be equality, there must be no gender roles, so that was starting to like being injected into our generation. But now it's going back. Now we're going back to the man needs to be the one. It's like an 80-20% relationship when you're talking financially. Personally, I don't think that there is a problem with that. I genuinely don't. Okay, I grew up in a family where, okay, with my grandparents, my grandfather was the main one who supported things financially, but not that like my granny didn't do anything. She was working too, she did contribute, but my grandfather took care of most of the things. So I do believe in 50-50, and that's just personally for me. Not everyone believes in that. And that's totally okay. Like, I would never ever judge someone who feels like, mina angekwazi to go to a restaurant on a date with my man and pay. He needs to be the one to pay. Like, I do know, I even have friends like that, and that's totally okay. Like, I don't see an issue with that. I don't have a preference, but I don't mind a 50-50 relationship. I really don't. And the only thing that I don't like is when I say 50-50, I don't like going, let's say maybe going on a date and we're both like, okay, we'll split the bill. Whatever I ate, I'll pay, or we'll just cut it in half. I really don't like that. I prefer you pay for one date and then I'll pay for the next. That's what I prefer. I genuinely do not like the whole so keep a calculator manje. That's not for me. I genuinely just prefer, okay, you pay for this one, or I got the transport, you got the date, or I'll pay for the next one. That's what I like. It's better that way. But would I call myself high maintenance? No, I would not call myself high maintenance, but personally, I do think that it's all about lifestyle. I genuinely feel like it's all about lifestyle. And most guys out here be thinking, like, let's say like we are talking about the female being the one who's high maintenance. Most guys think that girls are just after money, whereas girls are literally just, that's not what it's about. I think it's all about lifestyle. If you, for example, find a girl or even a guy, because honestly there are guys who are high maintenance as well and who will only date girls that like they will not be making money. They want to date girls who will basically provide for them. There are guys like that, and there's nothing wrong with that too, but it's all about lifestyle. That's what I think it's literally all about. If, for example, you are someone who comes from a background or from home where they provide like a good lifestyle in terms of like you're always going out, like you always like basically like going to restaurants and stuff like that, and you've adapted that lifestyle as well in terms of like every weekend you like, maybe every Saturday you like to just maybe like go to a restaurant, or you like to visit places, you basically just like to do something outside, like you don't like to be indoors more. Maybe that's a lifestyle that you are used to. So that's the type of thing that you can afford for yourself. I don't think it would make sense if you be with someone who does not do the exact same thing as you, basically. I do not see it working. Genuinely. I don't think that if you live a certain lifestyle, like in terms of what I just mentioned about you like being outdoors a lot, being outside costs money. Therefore, if you're going to pick someone or be with someone ongayijwayele lezo zinto wena ojwayele ukuzenza and ongathanda ukuzenza lezo zinto, you're going to have a problem. I do not see that relationship working out. That's why I say that they always say that your interests, your hobbies need to be the same. Otherwise, you're not really going to enjoy being in that relationship because you don't do the same things. Uthanda ukuhlala endlini, or uthanda ukwenza izinto, maybe like they like to do stuff. I forgot that maybe there are people that don't understand Zulu. Maybe they like to do stuff that doesn't cost much money, but you like to spend on doing stuff that does cost money. But now you're going to be restricted into not going because they're not really feeling that. You know what I'm saying? So now you appear as high maintenance because of that, which is why I think that you need to definitely pick someone that you can live the same lifestyle with. Either they're on the same level as you in terms of lifestyles, or they are much better like in terms of the lifestyle. That's how I personally feel, and that's how I'm going to pick my next partner in terms of like, do we live the same lifestyles? You know, can we do the things basically like together? That's what I believe in. So yeah. So I'm a student. I genuinely would not mind dating another student. I would, you know. But as I said, like Uguti, if you're a student and you like to go out and you like to do things outside, maybe every Saturday you believe in going out, you know, you need to make sure that the person that you're dating, if they're a student, that believes in the same thing. Uguti, Saturdays I need to be maybe like going out somewhere, you know, because now they're going to first of all feel pressured as to ukuthi okay, yena uhlezi ethanda ukuhamba on a Saturday, mina ngiyithanda lezo zinto. Now they're going to feel pressure into, you know, like doing things that they don't like to do, and then they're gonna do those things only for a certain while, because honestly someone always shows their true colors at the end. You know, they always will revert back to being who they are. So maybe at the beginning of the relationship, you know, they'll be doing, you know, the things that you like to do, but as time goes on they can't maintain that because they don't like to do that. You know, they can't maintain that because it's not something that they really like to do. So now, you know, like now it seems like the person no longer trying, you know. And you know, it's just the way that they are, that they just prefer not to be outside as often as you. And then that cause for you guys to not really work out in the relationship. So people that like to go out, be with people that like to go out. People that like to stay in, be with people who like to stay in. Moral of the story. And I think that that's one thing I learned really late. I literally only learned that I think like last year. Like Uguti, you know what, being with someone who has the same interests as you is so important. As girls, we honestly really do love quality time, and which is why I'm saying that it's so important to find someone who will spend time with you the way you want to spend time, you know, like your time. You know, you don't want to be, oh, okay, well, let's just stay inside and watch movies every single Saturday, whereas you just want to, you're the type, let's go to Life Grand Cafe, or let's, you know, do something outside, let's go on a boat ride. That's like your type of things to do. And manje ke compromise bruh. No. I personally feel like it's okay if you're a student as a girl or even as a male, but mostly, you know, they do say that it's girls who are the ones that are high maintenance. I feel like it's totally okay if you're a student and you want to date someone who is already established, who already has their own place, who already has their own car, who's working. There's totally nothing wrong with that, because if that's something that you're used to, like Uguti, you prefer a certain lifestyle to live because that's a life that you're used to, then you need to be with umuntu who can afford the same lifestyle as you and who can live the same lifestyle as you. You know, if that's what you like, there's totally nothing wrong with that, because you know Uguti, maybe as someone who's studying as well like you is not going to be able to give you that. I'm in total support of that. And I feel like even for me as well, it's very rare to find. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with being a student as a guy. Like, you are literally working to secure your bag. There's literally nothing wrong with that. And for me, big ups to you, you know. So don't feel pressured as a guy if you're a student and you maybe want a certain girl, but she only literally is with guys that maybe have cars or already established, because that's her personal preference. Doesn't mean that she's a gold digger or she's whatnot, but it's because she prefers a certain lifestyle and she knows that she's not going to be able to be with the student. Now she's going to have to pressure him into doing things that she wants to do. So yeah, if you like girls that are high maintenance, ungajoli. Basically, just wait until you have money, because you do not want to be heartbroken, right? So yeah, guys, that's basically how I feel about being high maintenance. Now, how do I feel about guys being high maintenance? Ooh, child, let me first finish with my eye makeup and then we'll talk about it. Okay, so how do I feel about guys that are high maintenance? Is it possible for guys to be high maintenance? Of course. They are. I do know guys that, you know, who are like, you know what? I think, but they were just like joking. Who just like, okay, they would say like a sugar mama or someone who's older than them, obviously, who is going to provide for them. Abalande, fetch them. Guys, let me start speaking English, honestly. Fetch them, you know, take them out on dates. The girl's the one who pays. And there are girls who are okay with that, you know. Love is love. Because you'll find that they actually have similarities in terms of lifestyles. Like, the guy really likes to go out, but he's just not yet financially stable to do the things that he wants to do. So he prefers being with someone who will provide that, or who's basically going to pay for everything that, you know, he wants to do. There are girls that are, but it's very rare to find girls like that, but they are. And I mean, if we are talking equality wise, then it's totally okay. Like, I would never judge a guy who prefers that, but I mean, you can't be not trying to secure the bag if you just literally. And I think that works both ways, you know. But personally, it's my own fear to not be independent, so even my opinion is going to be a little bit biased. But I think even as females, like, as much as, yes, fine, you can rely on someone else. This brush, after I washed it, honestly, you can't really like be relying on someone your whole life to basically provide for you. I don't think, you know, maybe right now you're still studying or you're still working towards something, so you don't have that much money, so maybe you're going to be with someone who has the money. That's totally okay, but I feel like you have to be working on something. Like, I just find it so hard that, you know, you just not going to have your own money, you know. And that, I just think that, because is that, I mean, not all relationships it's all about the money, but then I feel like if that's how you going into the relationship, that you're just not going to work towards anything and they're just going to be providing one way, then that relationship, I just think it's based on money, personally, because now you're literally staying in that relationship because it's how you secure your bag. But at the end of the day, as I said, like, I'm not anyone special. If that's what you prefer doing, do that. My personal preference, I would not. I cannot rely on someone to provide for me my whole life. I love independence. You know, I really do love independence. And as I said, like, we're talking about guys, that I totally don't see a problem with that. If that's what you prefer, do you, boo. Do you. But as I said, like, at the end of the day, how are you going to feel when, let's say, you and that person are now a family, you're married, are you really going to be okay with them paying for everything? Like, they basically wear the pants now. You literally, I don't think you'll be able to call the shots. And I'm a very spiritual person, so I believe in what the Bible says, and the Bible does say that the man has to be the head of the house, in terms of like he needs to support his family. There's literally a scripture that says that. So um I would definitely think that as much as you prefer maybe someone, a girl who is more independent, who's going to be paying for everything when you go on dates, but then be working towards something, because I know how much men have a lot of pride, and it's going to be very hard for you to want to call out some shots in the house or to make decisions in the house when she is literally paying for everything, you know. And I know that relationships are not based on money. I'm not saying that they're based on money, but you know, it's going to be like, it's going to definitely be hard for you to have a certain opinion on some things, when to make certain decisions when you really don't wear the pants in the relationship. I mean, I do believe in 50-50, as I said, but yeah, that's basically what I think. Okay, so now, do I believe that a guy should be paying for most of the things in a relationship? Personally, I'm gonna talk about, like, whenever I make a decision like to be in a relationship, I always think of the long run, you know, in terms of like marriage wise, you know, husband material and stuff like that. I would personally prefer to be with someone who does earn more than me. Like, let's say for example, I'm just gonna throw in some random numbers. Let's say for example my salary is 15,000, then I do think that my husband should at least earn 20,000 more. I mean 20,000 if I'm earning 15,000. That's just my personal preference, and that's totally just based on the fact that you know, the man should be the provider. Well, in terms of biblical wise, that's what it says. So that's basically what I think. But it's okay if maybe like I know of a couple where the female is a doctor, and the husband is a teacher. Now obviously we know that the salaries quite different. Like, the female does probably earn more, and there's totally nothing wrong with that, because honestly relationships are not about money. Like, I think for me as well, I really could be with someone who does earn less than me, but I would prefer it if they did earn more than me, because of I have really like big things in terms of like what I want to do when I'm older. Like, I really want to travel a lot when I have money. So I just think that if we're going to be doing all of that, then earn more than me or earn at least the same amount, you know. So I don't think that I could be with someone in the future, that's what I'm saying, like in the future, who earns less than me. No way. I just can't. I just don't think that we'll be able, I don't think that will be like, so I'll always have to be like thinking like, okay, let me not spend too much, because I'm trying not to make them feel bad about the way I spend, you know, because I know that they earn less than me. Because at the end of the day, I do personally feel like guys pressure themselves so much in terms of having money for them to maintain a girl in a relationship. Honestly, I always say that if you are with the right person, those type of stuff, literally, it doesn't matter. Like, those type of things do not matter. Remember what I said about lifestyle? Obviously, like, your lifestyles need to be the same, but you'll pressure yourselves so much and think that the only way for you to be with the girl is by what you have or what you can give her, whereas not all girls are looking for that. There are so many actually girls that I know that are not that really don't care about what you can give them, or maybe like what you can provide for them. Can you do their hair? Like, can you pay for their hair? Can you pay for their nails? That's what guys literally be thinking, that that's what they need to be doing in relationships. And most of the time I've had so many guys like say stuff like we just met, and so they're trying to pull a move, but then what they're saying is, oh, so yeah, I get paid about this amount, or you know, like basically they're telling me about how much they make, or showing me what they got, or you know. And I'm just thinking to myself, okay, what must I do with that? Like, great, you know, I didn't even ask, like, fine, yes, tell me. But it's coming off as a bit showy, and it kind of just, it's like, is that all you have? Like, is that all you have? Like, money, like, that's gonna, girls will not stay because of money, you know, well, the girls that I know at least. So you honestly just have to pick right. Like, is this what you're offering me? Like, is this what you think, that I'm all about the money, you know? No. So don't come in with that. The thing is, most of what happens is, you guys, I mean guys in general, in terms of my personal experience, they come in like before they even be with the girl or date a girl, and they be promising things. And now we have certain expectations, because you'll be promising things, you'll be telling us about what you have, you'll be telling us about what you like to do, that you know what, we're going to be going on dates when we're in a relationship, or you are creating expectations. Then when we're in the relationship, things change, you know, and it's no longer like that. So you need to stick to what you were saying. Don't say that, you know, you're going to be doing some things in the relationship financially, and then when we have those expectations, because you planted those expectations in our head, and then now you can't live up to that. Be your authentic self. If you really want to find someone who's going to be down for you and who's going to have your back, be your authentic self. But if you're going to make it seem like everything is about money, if you're going to be, your first approach to a girl is what you have, and it's all about the money, and how you're securing the bag and all that, boo, how do you think I'm going to look at you now? How do you think I'm going to look at you? Don't you think that now I'm going to be, okay, if Guguti, this is what he says he has, and this is how he's securing the bag, and how he's securing the money, then Kushuguti, I need to view in the sense of that you have money and you're rich. You know? So make sure that your first approach is not, you know, it's not about what you have. It's just be your authentic self, and you will attract the right people. That's how I feel. You believe in like spoiling your man as well. So I also want to be in a level where I've kind of like secured the bag, and then, you know, so that we can spoil each other. So yeah, I think that's literally it that I wanted to say. Okay, so what are we taking away from this little conversation, Yana chit chat that we had? If you're a person who likes to live lavish, whether you're a girl or a guy, pick someone who likes the same things, okay? Don't be picking people that cannot meet those type of expectations, who cannot be doing the same thing, and now you're heartbroken because it didn't work out. Okay, or now you're clashing because you're living different lifestyles. So pick wisely. Also, this definitely does apply to guys as well. I know so many guys who literally be saying, like, oh, the thing is, like, she likes money, she likes to do expensive things. That's the thing that she's used to. Like, you can't figure, you can't usugele intombazana, how do you say in English? You can't go after a girl knowing what type of lifestyle she likes to live, and then when you're with her, you can't be doing the exact same thing she does. Now you expect her to not be doing those things because, oh, you can't be going out without me. If her mom, if her dad, if her family, if she can provide that for herself, or other people can provide, like her family can provide that for her, why would you expect, like, why would you want to take that away from her? So that's just why I'm saying, like, choose wisely, choose people who live the same lifestyle you live. Okay, don't be, I'm not saying that you should, just settle, but then honestly need to be wise when you're picking someone. Don't, as I said, like, really watch their lifestyle, their way they like to live. And I know that maybe you might like someone who has a totally different lifestyle than you, but I'm literally like saving you heartbreak, or I'm saving you from a failed relationship, because I can tell you right now, if you're not living the same lifestyles, that working out it's very rare that it's going to work out, unless you are open to doing what she's doing, like in terms of like you being interested, not in terms of like doing it because she wants to, or because he wants to. Do it because you are also interested in doing it as well. So yeah, that's what I learned, and that's what I believe in. Yeah, but then, I mean, it's not like yeah. Let's not get into that. So I think I'm just gonna end this conversation right here. Okay guys, so this is the final look. I don't know about you guys, but I really do love this look. Can't even see when I go ads. Date night vibes. If you guys do like this look, then please give this video a thumbs up. But yeah, if you guys have any other topics as well that you want me to talk about, maybe in the next Get Ready With Me, then leave a comment down below and tell me what you guys think. Bye guys, I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and I love you guys so much.